Welcome to Math and Science. In this video, I'd like to go over the rules for significant figures. You may have been asked before, how many significant figures
are in a number like this?
Once I go over the rules, I think you'll have a little better understanding of figuring out significant figures. First, the rules. Number 1, count all non-zeros. Like the numbers 2, 3, 4, 5 are all non-zeros. 2, count zeros that occur between non-zeros. 3, leading zeros are not significant. For example, 0.004, the zeros are not significant. Trailing zeros are zeros at the end of a number. If there is a decimal, then the way I remember this is that zeros always need a decimal to help them. And then finally, if there's no decimal, do not. Let's get started with a couple examples, and I have the rules here to remind you. 53. This one's fairly straightforward. They are all non-zeros, the 5 and the 3, so you will have 2 significant figures. Next, 20. Again, you have 2 non-zeros, the 2 and the 3, but you have a 0 in between, so you will have 3 because you will count them all. Next, we have one with some leading zeros. Remember the rules, leading zeros are not significant, so you will not counting until you get to the 9. So you will have 3 significant figures. Next, we have 23,000. Okay, let's look at the rules for trailing zeros. There is no decimal, so you do not count the trailing zeros, so you will have 2. Next, we have this number, 1.0040. Well, you have 2 non-zeros, so you know you will count these. Then you have 2 zeros between non-zeros, so we will count these. And then we have a trailing zero, but remember the rule for trailing zero. A trailing zero must have a decimal, and you do, so you will count all of them. So that will be 5 significant figures. And the last example, this one looks pretty straightforward, can be a little tricky. You have 90, so you have a non-zero, the 9. And you have a trailing 0, but notice there is no decimal, so you will only count the 9. So you only have 9. So I hope that helps in significant figures. Thanks for watching, and Moo Moo Math uploads a new math and science video every day. Please subscribe and share.